Hello everyone, my name is Nikhil Bugalia and I am a faculty at Department of Civil Engineering at IIT Madras. Today joining me is Professor Makarand Hastak from Lyle School of Civil and Construction from Purdue University, USA. We are here at the International Workshop on Technologies for Low Carbon and Lean Construction as part of the Center of Excellence on TLC2 at IIT Madras. So welcome Professor Makarand. How are you finding back to IIT Madras?
Very nice. It's always a good experience, so it's good to be back.
Thank you so much. Today I just wanted to have a quick conversation with you about the importance of these technologies for low carbon and lean construction. You having an extensive experience working in US academia as well as having deep connections with India. How do you see the relevance of these technologies for both the countries?
I think, low carbon net zero technologies are extremely important. We know from the Paris Agreement that 170 some countries are focusing on how to set their nationally determined standards for reducing carbon sequestration or increasing carbon sequestration and reducing carbon emission. So these kind of technologies are going to be extremely important now and also in the future. The more we are able to incorporate them in the construction industry, the better it is, because that will have to be the future moving forward.
And do you see any differences in terms of the US and India, and how do you adopt about them these technologies?
I think different countries have different benchmarks that they have established. So every country is leading towards their own goals. So long as 2100 we achieve low carbon emissions, that being the target established by the Paris Agreement.
So it's a globally relevant problem, that would you agree?
Absolutely.
Thank you so much. And you work extensively on leveraging the private partnerships in some of the built environment related projects, especially dealing with public-private partnerships. How do you see, what is the relevance of PPPs in enabling adoption of these technologies or scaling these technologies both in India and US? If you could give us a perspective on that.
I think that's a bit of a theoretical and philosophical question at the present, because there are a lot of unanswered questions. What I mean by that is that if you start breaking PPP into what is the nature of a PPP, so you require a set of concessioners, and they should have a win-win strategy. So therefore, they are willing to invest. So there's a good ROI coming from that investment, right? So that's one part. The second part of that is the length of the concession. So it's 20 years or 30 years of concession. So there has to be an economic model that allows companies who are going to invest as concessioners to be able to see some revenue.
Yes.
Now you might say, well, in a standard PPP model, you can charge some toll and you can collect some revenue like that, and there's a certain economic sense that would build that model. But when you're talking about low carbon and you're talking about carbon sequestration, the economic model has to change. And in my opinion, the concessioners need to think out of the box in terms of what is going to be the revenue model. Is it that they're going to trade in carbon credits? So they invest to build the facility that is already using innovative materials, or is designed in such a way that it's going to require less energy. Or designing the facility in such a way so that right from the construction, that you're using technologies that are modular, so low transportation requirements, already optimized for carbon emissions, choice of material, more sustainable choice of material, so that when you look at the life cycle of that facility, that during the life cycle, the carbon emission is minimized, or at least whatever the design considerations might be, that they're able to deliver better than that. And that carbon trading
is going to be the key.
Is going to be the
key to incentivize the players.
Source of revenue. But that requires that the investor is confident in the technology
development, as well as the governance of the carbon trading as well.
as far as governance of carbon trading as
Yeah.
well, and of course in the future, so they're betting on it, right? So
Yes.
it's really a bet that they're going to make, that they would have enough technology to, when it comes to rehabilitation, that's just a plug and play
Fantastic.
kind of thing.
So that's a fascinating idea, carbon trading in construction. What do you think Purdue University and IIT Madras could jointly work on in order to enable or support this transition to circular economy or low adoption of these technologies?
Sure. So one of the theories that we have proposed is called the intelligent planning units. And what that really means is that how can you identify a small enough unit that when multiplied a number of times can determine what goes into a facility. So the whole concept of how you plan and design a building
Changes. Yes.
because now you're thinking in terms of IPUs.
Yeah.
So let's take HVAC units. If you can define a unit HVAC that is getting repeated a number of times, then you can optimize that HVAC
and you
unit.
will leverage the efficiency of repetitions.
Correct.
Yeah.
You can modularize it. You can get it off-site
Yeah.
manufactured. So you're reducing your transportation costs. You're reducing. You're making sure that the carbon emissions throughout the life cycle are going to be optimal or minimal. And so the intelligent planning unit concept is a very new theory that we have proposed, and has, to my opinion, it has a lot of potential. In terms of not only planning and design, but also in terms of optimization.
Perfect.
And rehabilitation. So tomorrow, if you need to replace a module because now a better version has come out. Now
so how do you replace one unit?
Correct. Because we now think in terms of units, you can also think in terms of versions. Same as iPhone technology or any other technology. So I think that will have to be the future.
Wow, fascinating ideas. Thank you so much. I think there's so much to look forward to in terms of intelligent units, which are repeatable, smart, modularized, as well as different versions of them, and interesting ideas on carbon policies and carbon pricing. Thank you so much, Professor Makarand. We look forward to hearing more about your talk, and always welcome to have you at IIT Madras.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you.